pagi tadi kita telah hadir dan it is regretful of what has happened sebab sehingga pagi tadi walaupun dalam mahkamah kita tidak dibenarkan untuk berjumpa dengan our client. We were not allowed at all. In fact, I believe the MACC officers were I'm lost for words actually the way they conducted themselves. Eventually we had to we made an application and the magistrate then allowed us, because that is what the law says. We have a right to consult him, vice versa. In fact, this is for a remand application. Now the points that we had put forward was, number one, there is no such thing as no cooperation. In fact, there was an agreement between Albert and the MACC that he will come on the 1st. And that agreement was what everybody knew. In fact, MACC even made a statement about it. Yet, they ambushed him yesterday. And they said that he was not cooperating. That's completely false. Secondly, in fact, if I may add, why did the MACC issue a statement then, saying on the 1st? So who is not telling the truth? Now, secondly, I also raised this important issue. Tan Sri Azam has been implicated in the video. MACC is now investigating. Who are they going to report to? If you look at Section 7, Section 11 of the MACC Act, they're going to report to him. So, an allegation has arose that Azam is involved, Azam investigates, Azam decides. That's the situation that we have today. And thirdly was the usual 117 applications. In fact, I believe my learned friend Mr. Zaid will address it. Eventually, they sought 7 days remand for Albert, because it was only today in court, after the court allowed us to meet with our client, that we found out he is being investigated under Section 16. So can you imagine, since the time when they contacted him, they ambushed his house, there were some, the guy called me, nobody told us what he was being investigated for, or under rather. And we were informed that he is being investigated under Section 16. Now there was also some allegations made that we were not cooperating, as I mentioned, and the MACC officer mentioned that even I was not cooperative. So I was forced to tender my WhatsApp message with the officer, because I requested for his name, his ID, and tell me what was the reason that he was contacting me, which is common. Section 8 of the MACC Act says is mandatory. If anybody of you, me, anybody asks, who are you? You have to show the card. Otherwise, you can be an impersonator.
To give 6 days, those are the considerations that we have given. Whether or not we agree, that is one matter. But the fact of the matter is that I'm trying to highlight here is that the remand process was inhibited by the MACC officers by not allowing us to consult with our clients. We do not have foresight to know what happened in the lockup. In fact, we only knew that they were investigating under Section 16 of the MACC Act today, when the remand process was happening.
In fact, if I can add, regarding the notice, so their contention is that they served the notice on Albert. Now, let me tell you, the way they entered the home, they broke into the house, they put a gun to his head, and they made him sign the notice. He said that in court. It has been recorded. So if I come to you and I put a gun and say sign something, wouldn't you sign it? Of course you would, even I would. There's a gun to my head, for God's sake. So that's how they served the notice, apparently. And let me just ask this. I've got some very interesting things that I want to ask, especially the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. In 1998, we all knew Malacca came to the picture. And now, it's back. So let me ask the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, is this now time for Malacca? Are we back to Black Ops? The confiscating, or rather the theft of the decoder from their home, the deleting of evidence from the wife's phone. Are we back to that era? I want the PM and I want the Home Minister to answer this. And we also have instructions. We will be filing an immediate revision after this.